Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Our next guest, well, he's here, and he's a great guy to have around if you need a little bit of an emotional boost, unlike some so-called motivators who simply promise to help you get what you want out of life. Kute Blackson attempts to reveal to people what they have to give, thus making them all the more wealthy in their lives. And thanks for joining us. And you have some very interesting messages and some methods to getting those messages out. How would you describe what you're trying to do?
Well, basically what I am is I'm a transformational life coach. It's not just about helping people change, but it's about helping people transform. So in one sense, I don't really coach people, I uncoach people, because I believe that who we are is already whole and complete. If you look at a child, when they're born, they're free, they're in touch with their aliveness, they're in touch with their true essence. But as we go through life, we get conditioned, pain, trauma, challenge, divorce, conditioning, television, and we begin to lose touch with that natural effervescence within us. So I simply help people peel away some of the layers that we may have built up over time, those defense mechanisms that prevent us from being fully who we are, and I then help people live from that place and create from that place in their lives.
We are really getting too much input in what you're thinking. There's just too much technology. There's too much going on, and we lose track of what we actually have to give to the world.
Yeah, there are so many gifts deep within us, and I think we can feel that and we know that. I often tell people, you might get everything you want, the car, the house, the relationship, those physical material things, but if you're not really in touch with who you are, it probably won't be fulfilling, because at some point you might get everything you want, but you will reach a point of dissatisfaction. So for me, it's not simply about helping people get what they want, but get in touch with who they are. Because many times when we set our goals, we're trying to get what we want based on who we think we are, which is programmed, which is conditioned. So the first key is to get in touch with who you are truly and ask yourself those real questions of authenticity.
Kute, you had a very spiritual upbringing. At what point in your life did you decide, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to teach?
You know, it's interesting you asked that, because there wasn't really a point where I actually decided. I was born in Ghana, West Africa, to a Ghanaian father, a Japanese mother, and my first memories as a 5-year-old kid was a deep sense of calling. It was like I came in with this knowing that my life wasn't my life. I was really here to serve people.
Now, you tell people that we really, well, let's ask you this just straight up front. What is it that we need to be doing differently as a people, as a world, as humanity?
Yeah.
And we're watching a bit of your video here, which, by the way, is very inspiring.
Yeah, I feel, since we have a short period of time, what I'll say is I feel that the most powerful force on the planet, Dave, is love. That really, in this time, these challenging times, we need to take it off of the shelf and really use it. We live in a culture that we worship superheroes that fly and athletes that can dunk, and, we take great pride in conquering great extremes like skydiving and climbing Mount Everest. But I feel if we were this committed to loving, if we were this committed to sharing our gifts with each other, we would literally transform the planet at this time.
You're from a biracial upbringing as well, and now we have a biracial president in the United States. What are your thoughts on that, and how is that going to affect our world?
I think it will begin to bridge the gap of perceived separation, begin to bridge those differences, where we'll start realizing that beyond black, white, green, orange, yellow, at the core we are all human. We all have the same dreams, we all have the same wants, we all have the same desires, and there is a core of humanity within us all that is beautiful.
If you look over the course of time and you wonder, how many periods of true peace have there been in this world? There have not been many that are documented anyway in times that we know of. How long do you think it takes for humanity to make a stride forward, just one step forward?
Well, I think that step, Dave, has to start within ourselves. In the world, there may never be ultimate utopia or peace, but I feel as though we can find that within ourselves. One of the keys to finding peace is accepting the situation. We live in a challenging time right now of crisis, but I feel even in the crisis is an amazing opportunity for us to grow. So the first key to peace is accepting the situation. That doesn't mean you lie there and be a victim. It just means you stop banging your head against the wall and resisting what's happening, so you can start focusing on what you can actually do and the actions you can actually take and be empowered.
You have a CD out of music. It's called Love Now.
Love Now.
What kind of music is on here?
Basically, it's a merging of my philosophies with some rock, hip hop, electronic music merged together. It's basically candy for the soul to keep you inspired in the challenging times right now.
Well, Kute Blackson, you are inspiring, and we appreciate you being here. And thank you for your efforts on behalf of the world.
Thank you.
It's
a pleasure.
Hey, just ahead on Daytime, we'll take a closer look at the heart. Yes, the heart, through the science of plastination. Daytime's